guess first of all, let me apologize for the continual looking up at this random direction that's going to be occurring for the rest of the video. I'm shooting from an iPhone that's sideways, and the camera's right here, and the screen is right here, and I keep getting distracted by my face. So I've gotten a few requests and questions from people. That's a lie. I've only gotten one question from one of my friends, and I'm deciding to make it into a video for the rest of you. So some of you have been seeing the continual flow of pictures that I've been making for SakuraCon. Some of those have been this style of painting of these cute little characters, and I do these in acrylic. If you have ever used acrylic paints, you know that they are literally the devil. It is so hard to do what you need to do with acrylics. It's so hard to make them do what you want them to do. So I got a question from one of my artist friends asking me how I made those pictures, because that's not usually what acrylic does. That's more of like a digital print type of thing, except that I'm doing it with acrylic paints. And since I have a camera and a means of recording things, I thought that I would make a video for educational purposes for the rest of you. So let's get into it. So the first step is to make sure that you are creating the kind of vibe, the kind of atmosphere that is necessary for creating the kind of artwork that you're looking to create. This style of painting is really cute. Let's choose an appropriate song. This one looks good. Perfect. Next up, you will want to grab a canvas and some pencils and some inking pens. Next up, you want to decide on who or what you're going to draw and pull up reference pictures aplenty. You really just can't get any gayer than this. You want to make sure that you have fancy artist pens. For these kinds of paintings I grabbed two at random. It doesn't really matter what their grade is, but you gotta make sure that one is lighter than the other. So first of all, I'm using Faber-Castell 6H for the sketchy parts, and then I'm using 2B General Pencil, I think? I don't know, it doesn't really matter. The point is that one of them is a lot thinner and lighter than the other. If you don't have fancy pencils, that's fine, just be careful when you're sketching. You want to start off by sketching with the light pencils. You're going to take your darker pencil. You're going to remind yourself where you actually want to ink over. So not these bits, but these bits. Okay, so once the details are all sketched in and you know which parts to actually keep in the picture, you take out your inking pens and you start inking on the canvas so that you can erase the sketching underneath. Long story short, I went to bed last night. I wasn't very productive. Now it's day 2 and I'm gonna start painting again, just so that you're not confused by the sudden daylight that's happening. So you will need a collection of paintbrushes, big and small, a rag that you don't mind getting all painty. You might want to change your clothes too. Paper towels, a cup full of water that you also don't mind getting all painty, a palette, and of course paint. Now once you got your palette all figured out, you're gonna take the color of your choice. I'm choosing pink because it's romantic, and you're gonna water it down, just like that, and you're gonna spread it all over the background, but not on them. And you want it to be super watery. That's not watery enough, so that it gets all drippy. Beautiful. Look at all those drippies. They're beautiful. They're wonderful. Now what you're going to want to do is let this dry and then go over it again until you reach the desired level of drippiness and smudginess and colorfulness. Wonderful. Now you're going to take a teeny tiny brush like this one, and you're going to paint inside of the lines with pure paint, or you can dilute it with a little bit of water, but try and stay inside the lines, but don't really worry if you get out of them or if you cover up some lines. We'll fix that later. Da-da-da-da. So at this point, I will take a little tiny baby brush like this and go over anything that I've written or drawn in the background with another color. And I'm going to do that for the entire canvas. Okay, woo! So at this point, I take a flat edge brush like so. You can see that it's flat on the edge. And I take black and I line around the outside of the whole picture. Well, these guys, not the background. Do that for the whole thing. Don't worry about these guys, all of these mistakes. We'll fix them later. But now what you want to do is choose a color to line on the outside of the black line. Something that will probably tie in the whole piece if you think about it hard enough. So what I'm going to do is use some purple. Okay, thank God the purple looked good. At this point, you want to take your felt-tipped pen and basically re-ink where you might have painted over the lines. And do that for the whole thing. Now once you have that finished, you just have the final step to worry about. The sparkles in the eyes. It's not anime without them. Boop, boop. And it's finished. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you would like more of these little tutorial videos, definitely let me know. I'll be selling prints of this at SakuraCon as well as the original, unless somebody wants to buy the original right now, in which case I'll sell it to you. I really don't mind. But yeah, thanks for watching, and I hope you guys have a lovely time back at school now that break's over. Boo! What is this what is happening? What? Again with the hair? We don't need to see that. We don't need to see that. Anyway, I'm gonna go, guys. Make sure to comment, rate, and subscribe, and tell your friends, tell your moms, leave me nice happy comments, and I will see you next week. Bye!